Morning, morning. Morning, morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Nice little range in the morning.
Yeah, I actually had an impulse sell at 7 a.m., but it didn't work out.
Oh yeah. Was that? How was it working? Was it break of the low?
Yeah, so basically, the way I saw it was when I came to the charts, I looked on the 30-minute time frame, and I was like, okay, well, we had resistance right over here, and then this candle, it came up, to close above this area, and then we had a 6:30 strong volume to pull back. So I was like, okay, well, either we're gonna consolidate, or if I looked on the 15-minute time frame, I was like, okay, well, we could potentially break below support. So I waited, and then I wait for the first. So when I looked at this strong 30-minute candle, this is something literally I saw happen the other day on the simulation, where the next candle, it breaks the low over here, and then it continues because it had done a fake out to the upside. There's a 70% chance it's going to break out in the other direction. So then I wait for the 15-minute time frame, and then obviously this candle came down. So that was the close of the 30-minute. Then the first 15 minutes of the 30-minute, I was like, okay, well, maybe we could wait to see if it breaks below support. Maybe you could wait to see at least if it closes bearish, right? So when I looked at it, I was looking on the 15-minute time frame. I was like, well, we had support over here from 445. We also had support over here from the Asian session, and this was the area where price done a fake out. So if the first 15-minute candle can close just slightly below this zone, and I was looking on the 30-minute, I was like, okay, well, if it can close below, then that paves way for there be a higher probability that we're going to break this low and then continue on. So as the candle broke the low, I kept the stop above the previous candle, which was around like 9 pips. And then, as you can see, it broke the low, and then it completely flipped bullish. So I managed the risk as the candle flipped to close 50%, and then the other 50% when it broke the high. So I ended up getting out of like a 5 pip loss. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, nice. I would have actually been on that. It was just that I wanted that 30-minute to see that wick. It didn't break the wicks to the left. I would have liked to seen that be broken, and then when that next candle would have broken the low, I would have been in.
yeah. See,
But
the thing
yeah,
is, it got below everything as well. And
I know.
to be honest with you, I was gonna set a sell stop last night because when I came to the charts, I was like, okay, well, price is up over here. We have a zone here to the left, so this is a strong area. And I was like, okay, well, we have clean traffic. And then obviously I woke up at like maybe 4 a.m. and then I looked at my phone for a bit, and then I saw this area, this consolidation starting. So I was like, okay, well, I could set a sell stop maybe at like 138, 800, because then if there's like a sudden burst of volume, because we have these clean candles to the left hand side, it's something I can catch. But then I didn't do that. So then I waited, and then I woke up, and then obviously I saw that price was breaking down. And these impulse entries, I've seen this happen a lot of times, so it's not like the entry was wrong. Like obviously once I took the loss, it was hard because just taking 2 losses yesterday.
Yeah,
So that's where I'm like, okay, well, now I'm gonna wait for the stream, wait for strong confirmation now. So when I looked at the range, you can just see how the 1 hour time frame is just consolidating hard. So now we do need to wait for like a close below now at this point. But to be honest, when you see the 1 hour time frame ranging like this, it's probably going to break out a lot. And obviously I don't want to give the same sell bias and impulse entry again. So gonna have to wait to see if we can close out of this range here. So yeah, it's frustrating. I think as well, maybe these impulse entries, as it's coming into like December, they're just struggling to work a bit more, maybe
possibly. Yeah,
because I mean, like these impulse entries, I've been really trying to practice them on the simulation sessions, because I noticed how the reason why where my trading was, slipping up was impulse entries that I hadn't seen before. So that's what I'm trying to. So this Christmas is going to be a lot of going through simulations, going through past examples, and just really, really looking at the best type of impulse entries to take. And this one was because when we have a volume is coming in at 7:30, right? And candles are just closing below this minor support and breaking lows, there's a very high chance we're going to continue in that direction. But yeah, I just think it's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure. Especially as you got the confirmation from the 30-minute doing like a fake out as well.
Exactly. Because when price breaks out one way and then closes back in the range, it's either going to break the other side or it's going to consolidate, but most times it breaks the other way, so yeah, is what it is a little bit. So yeah, we'll have to see, because this is kind of the area where there's support at 138, 850. So in the Asian session, price kind of broke down and tried to close below this area, but then it got corrected. So see, yeah. So yeah, I think it's just a probabilities aspect, because there's a lot of volume at 7 a.m. When I was testing out simulations, every time you see me write down 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So this is the time where there is a volume or there's a push. But, looking at it now, I think maybe the entry was just, it's not early, but the move, the move is probably going to happen soon, because we can see how this candles looks like it's coming down. So probably want to wait for a break below the support for price to continue down. If we look at the 1 hour time frame, so the 1 hour time frame is just consolidating, so it would need at least maybe a 30-minute candle to close below for some consolidation. Morning everyone. Was actually just looking at that 138 780 support. Where would you place your zone? I think that this kind of area here, because if we look at it from a 30-minute perspective, we had a support. This candle came down. This candle came back in the range. So this was a support. And then we came back to this area and we retested this support. And then we retested that support again. And we closed above that support again. So I think this is the area. But clearly, there's been some rejections of this zone. There's been some rejections of this area. So if we look at it like this, this zone here, there's been some rejections now. So probably want to wait for a candle to close below. If you look at it from a 15-minute perspective, you can maybe just lean it up a little bit, just down to this area, because this is our most recent support, down at 138, 846, 84, whatever, right? But essentially, 15-minute candle has failed to close below this level. So if we get a 15-minute candle close below, I don't know, probably gonna want to wait for maybe the 30-minute, but it would make sense for price to continue down. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's just see what happens here. But if this is the impulse entry that works out, man, I'll be pissed, because I'm not taking a second impulse entry for the moment anyway. Not while it's not long ago that the first one was taken. So if so, then this candle was the pullback candle, and then it's created resistance to continue. So it literally was just a bit of bad luck there, if this plays out. But yeah, we'll see how the 15-minute candle closes. But yeah, anyway, guys, on a positive note, we're getting closer and closer to 1K. So let's check now so we can update the live. So we are at 964. Nice. So what's that? 36 to go. Not a lot at all. So probably gonna even wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Yeah, gonna wait for the 30-minute candle to close. So let's bring this up over here because this is our 30-minute area. So yeah, it looks like the daily candle's coming down, but then we need to obviously see, what news comes out today too, because we want to be cautious. Because at 8 a.m. in 9 minutes time, there's gonna be another volume, right? There's gonna be more volume coming in. So yeah, I'm thinking if we get maybe like the 15-minute candle closed below, and then the next one breaks. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough because, yeah, so we're coming into volume. So okay, so let's say the 30-minute candle closes below the zone. Then I think with London open, we can continue down, and I can give the sells a second chance because we have volume coming in at 8 a.m. So yeah, I think if this 30-minute candle can close below the support, then it's something that could work. But I'm just trying to see, because this area seems to be like a problem area. This zone here. So yeah, hopefully that will be the 1 hour candle also closing below, which should pave way for the next 1 hour candle to also continue down. So we'll see. It would make sense as well because we did do that, that fake out to the upside, and then if candles close them below support, I think it's going to be a good idea to give sells a second chance. So yeah, I think probably over Christmas is going to be, or over the holidays, it's probably going to be the best time to really try and look at these impulse entries. And yeah, look at that. See, when these break of the lows are just tapping into an area and just not really working, I think it's just best to wait for candle to close now at this point, 100%. Because this is just ranging hard. Look at that, man. Completely flipped. Bullish. Right. So, if we... Okay. Yeah, it gets a little bit tricky now because it's just ranging. Gets very tricky at this point. Okay, well, we got these 4 minutes left. Let's look at gold over here. So, yeah, it seems like the daily candle did continue bullish up to this area on gold. Let's look at the 4 hour. So it looks like the 4 hour time frame created support for gold to continue moving up. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so looking on the 1 hour time frame, it would seem like price created like a support down over here. It looks pretty difficult actually, but just thinking about it, you know, it seems like price made a support down over here. We had like a resistance right over here, right? So it seems, you know, when this candle came up, we had another candle that closed like a week, and then another bullish candle. So it kind of established a platform, but then it couldn't be sustained. I've seen this happen a lot of times, and a lot of times it continues on, but it did pull back and create some support. Kind of tried to break down, but then it closed back above this range and had a weak candle close at this area again, and then we've seen price make like a new high up over here. Right, let's go to the 30-minute time frame. It's going to give us more information. So yeah, I think based on the 30-minute time frame, we can see that candles are closing above this resistance over here. So it is just ranging, but it is closing above this resistance. We also have like a minor support right over here. So I think the best sell is going to be below 1863, because then you have clean candles to the left hand side, you know, or, you know, it's going to be a break above this resistance for price to continue up. Don't think that, yeah, I can't be. Oh, it's all loaded now. I was a bit confused. I was like, there's no information to the left. So yeah, we had a little bit of consolidation here before, but if we do break up, we have clean candles coming up to this resistance right over here. So 1876. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go back to GBP, JPY. Oh, looks like it's breaking up. People in the YouTube need to tell me, man. Okay. Yeah. See, this is something that literally happened on a sim that I did last night, but it's slightly different. And the difference was that price came down, closed below support, and then the next candle came back up, closed above, and then it came up to the range and closed above the other range. And then I took an impulse entry on the break of the high, and it continued on. But this is going to be way too difficult now, because where's the stop loss going to be? Just taking an impulse entry, so GJ 4-hour going up. Yes. But it does seem like the 1-hour candle is going to close above this area. So it definitely, now it does seem like this was a liquidity grab to continue higher, it would seem. So if you look on the 30-minute, yeah, so the 30-minute candle's closing back above this range here. So I think with London open, you should see a continuation. But I'm probably gonna wait for price to make its high and go from there, because I'm not really liking the impulse right now. Just, yeah, after that sell that just didn't play out, just don't really trust it while we're ranging like this. In the 1 hour time frame, potentially going to close back in the range, but we'll see. I've taken impulse entry to shoot up. Nice. Okay. Let's close it above this area. Okay, let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Yes, the 30-minute candle closed above. So the way I would deal with this trade, see, if it comes up and breaks the high straight away, it becomes very difficult to catch that move, because, you know, where do you place your stop loss, right? So not going to take a buy over here, just going to watch this play out, see what happens. Trading around pre-London, London Open is tricky, man. Ranging with a lot of fake outs. Yeah. I think there's just certain days, like today, where the impulse entry just doesn't work. I mean, it literally got below everything. Like, yeah, it looks like it broke the high, and now it's retracing, and yeah. I think we're gonna be waiting a little bit here to get a little bit more of a clear direction. So while we wait, let's look at Euro JPY. Look at Euro JPY. So let's look at the daily time frame. So looking on the daily time frame, so price created a support right over here on the daily time frame, and then the next daily candle, it failed to break the high, and it came down and it closed below this area. So I think potentially we can continue down, but then it had no wick to the bottom, so we don't really know at this point. Let's look on the 4-hour. So we had a support on the 4-hour time frame, and it would seem like we broke down, but then it seems like the previous 4-hour candle closed back above this area. So for price to continue up, we need this 4-hour candle to also close above this zone. But for price to continue bearish, right, then we would need price to kind of break this low over here to continue down. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. So looking on the 1-hour, so we had a support over here. Price came down, created a low, retraced. So yeah, it gets a little bit more difficult here, but we had a support right over here on the 1-hour time frame. So I think we need this support to break for price to continue down. Maybe even this area right over here. But yeah, EJ looks a little bit difficult here today. GBP CAD, GJ. Ooh, GJ is back in the range. There you go. Broke the high and back in the range. Yeah, just gonna wait. Ooh, would you look at that? Broke the high and yeah, straight back in the range. Hi. Hello. Yeah, that'd be funny if we end up closing back below support.
You just don't know what's going to happen at this point.
No.
It keeps breaking highs and breaking lows.
Yeah, now we need to wait for strong confirmations. There's no two ways about it.
Wait for some closes at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think, to be honest, for the rest of the week, I think I'm going to focus more on, like waiting for candles to close and like the less on impulse entries. I think we need to spend more time over Christmas Just looking at that. See, my best type of impulse entry that I know how to take every single time is when we have an example like let's say we were trending bearish. So let's just say we had a trend and price was trending bearish. So price is coming down, candles are coming down like this, right? And we reached this support. So let's just say, this is a real situation. So candles are printing bearish, right? And we're coming to a support, right? And okay, let's say we have a bullish candle close, but like a weak bullish candle. So let's say something like a weak body, wick like this, and then a little wick like this, right? So when I see this, I automatically think, okay, now this is the impulse entry I want to take, because we had strong bearish candles, we reached the support area, and we had a weak bullish candle close, right? So either what's going to happen is the next candle is going to break this high and continue moving up, okay? Or it's going to respect this high, break this low over here to continue moving down. So this is one of my favorite impulse entries, because I know then that I can take a sell right over here. I can take a sell here. We want red. So I would take a sell as the next candle is breaking the low right over here. That would be my entry. And then you can keep your stop loss above this zone. See, that's the best type of impulse entry I know how to take. If that happens, I'm in that sell every single time, right? And that's the impulse entry that I've seen happen, I reckon, hundreds of times over. So I'm fairly confident that where I think I'm lacking the confidence, where I think I'm lacking the ability, is these impulse entries that happen, let's say like this example. So, we had a 30-minute candle come down. So after this price done this fake out, I was really convinced that we were going to break down over here. So maybe it was just a probabilities factor, and maybe I did have the right idea. But I was looking at it again, like the 15-minute candle, I suppose, never closed below the... Okay, so let's say 30-minute support is 138.867. Let's go back. So 138.867. See, yeah, it did kind of close below, to be fair. It did kind of close below. So I think this particular example should have worked out. But there's been other examples that maybe just couldn't work out, But yeah, look at GJ now, man. Just incredible. Just goat shit. Yeah, this is a bad range. I'd much rather wait for price to make a low, retrace a bit, and then continue on. Frustrating when you take an impulse loss on your first trade and you don't want to give yourself a second chance on the impulse and it ends up breaking out. Yeah, I mean, if I'd given the buys a chance, we'd have been fucked there as well. So, yeah, man. Definitely need to. See, I don't want to go into 2021 not as prepared as I should be. So, I think personally, like, for the rest of December, I think I've decided I'm just going to try and take it a little bit more easy. Try and take easier setups and, yeah, because these impulse entries, I've seen these work. Like this same impulse entry was a move that I missed like last week, and I said to myself, okay, how could I have caught that move? And I was like, okay, with the first 15-minute candle, it closed below support. And then as the next one broke the low, it should continue down. Same entry, didn't work out today. Obviously, that's just probabilities, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there goes GJ. So this was the sell I was trying to catch. In pre-London, this was the sell. So yeah, we can see it playing out now. Perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do now is, we've got to let price make a low. let price make a low, let it retrace, and if we can create some resistance, then we can give ourselves a second chance. But anyway, guys, if there's anybody new to the stream, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. You're going to be entered into a Magic Keys giveaway. We've got 36 to go, so really not a lot. Really not a lot. I think the most frustrating thing about about impulse entries is when you see a certain impulse entry work and then you miss that move, and then when the next time it happens and you take it and it doesn't play out, it's actually a lot more frustrating than when it comes to like a candle close, because with the impulse entries, like there's no real confirmation other than you're anticipating price to go, so you're like expecting it to go in that direction. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, where do you want the price at to buy? For buys, I think obviously we need to be closing back above like 139.025. But there's no buys now. See, this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. I looked at the 4 hour and I was like, this 4 hour close weak, but if we're coming down to break the lows over here, then we should continue down, right? Because if you look at the 4 hour time frame, price made a low down at 138.350, and I was looking at the structure. I was like, okay, well, if we can create some resistance below this area, we can continue down. So then when I saw the weak 4 hour candle close, I thought, okay, if it breaks the high, price can continue up. But if price breaks the low, we'll continue down. So just, yeah. Nice. Are you in short now? No. My sales got stopped out. Was an impulse entry. So yes, so as we can see now, the 15-minute candle came down. It's broken support. 30-minute candle still open. So just gonna have to wait. Maybe if price can create like a minor resistance to continue down. But if we look on the 15-minute time frame, we have clean candles, to fill this next range. But I think we're gonna see a lot of liquidity being generated for price to continue further down. Because it's somewhat of like this is a big zone over here. We would need some, yeah. Are you planning to sell? I'm planning to sell, but not yet. I'm planning to sell when I see something print the way I want to see it print. Hello, hello. Let's look at gold. So looking at gold, it seems like the 15-minute candles come down and it's closed below the zone. So if gold creates like a minor resistance, I think there's a very high probability it's going to continue down to 1858. But the 30-minute candle still open though, so I need to be cautious. I'm in EU sales today. Nice. Yeah, I don't trade Euro USD, but still. Good. Sounds good. Okay. So yeah, just waiting over here. Gonna really want to see something I like a lot for me to take a second trade here. Which breakthrough would you rather have, up or down? Makes no difference. It makes no difference. For purposes of today's example, I'd rather down because, daily was bearish, current daily candle is bearish, current 4 hour is bearish, current 1 hour is bearish, current 30 minutes bearish, right? So when all candles are bearish, yeah, I think you get the idea. We need to be looking for sells. Okay. We will have a nice sell if it closes below the resistance. You mean support, but it's already closed below support. We need it to we need it to create resistance. That's what we need. So we need to also wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Look at gold. Yeah, see this structure as well. This structure here on gold is another structure that I know very well. If we look at this structure right here, this 15-minute candle closing below this area was a great impulse entry for price to continue down. Looking back, didn't actually spot that, but that structure there is just perfect for price to continue down. Yeah, the other thing as well is I'm probably going to remove the Dow because it's just so hard. Like, I've been watching it for like maybe 4 months now. This is something that I do, right? Before you're looking to trade a pair, you need to understand that you need to watch that pair. You need to analyze that pair. You know, you need to watch it happen over and over again. And in the London session, there's just little volume for US 30. There's such little volume. And yeah, just it's very hard. It's so hard to trade. So probably probably actually gonna take this off now actually, because it's something I've been wanting to do for a couple of days. So yeah, they're gonna keep filtering out pairs, you know, because you have to watch a pair before you trade a pair. You have to watch it. You know, I watched GJ for like 3 months before I started trading it. So let's keep it simple. So yeah, I think gold should continue moving bearish. GJ is retracing back to the zone. Oh, man, if the 1 hour candle closes back in the range again. Yeah, today's not looking like a good day at all. 30 minutes also retracing. Um, 100% same thing with Nasdaq as well. Tends to range. Yeah, never really looked at it, to be fair. So GJ 30-minute candle has 3 minutes left to close, but I mean, yeah, just not really looking It's not looking good at the moment. It's not looking good. Ooh, looks like Euro JPY did continue moving bearish, but look at that retracement. GCAD. Just look at GCAD. So 4-hour time frame's kind of doing the same as GJ, like it created a resistance over here. 4-hour time frame made a low. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour time frame. So looking on the 1 hour time frame, we can see price is just ranging right now. So we can see that the 1 hour time frame is just ranging. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute is just ranging. It's no good. Yeah. Yeah, 30 minutes just ranging. Let's remove this for a second because we have another zone right over here. Okay. Okay, so yeah, GCAD's ranging. GJ is trying to close below in 1 minute's time. Can't take a sell, can't take a buy. Can't really do anything right now. FTSE's still trying to continue bullish. Looks like it's created like a support down over here for price to continue up. Oh, this range is a messy range. We have like another area here to the left. So we'll see. We'll see over here. So I think the FTSE, if it can close above the zone, it has a clean candle coming up to this resistance right over here. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm kind of accepting now that, as we're coming into the end of the year, I think next year is going to be the better year. Next year is going to be the year. Next year, gonna go hard. I think, I've got like 30 webinars just waiting to be posted for the private group. So they're all going to be uploaded over the holidays. Just once I've finished a couple more that I kind of like link to what I've already done. Going to be doing fucking so many simulations. Just really gonna try and come back for 2021 and just kill the game, man. That's what I'm gonna try and do. Yeah. I think it's been a good year. It's not ending great yet. Had 5 losses in a row now. It's a little bit tough on the psychology. But listen, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I'm not going to give up. Trading is a process. You have to understand. Oh, GJ. See, it's broken the low of this 15-minute candle. Same as yesterday. I know people will be jumping in sells. And it did continue down yesterday. So here we go. Let's see if the probabilities will play out again. I'm not going to take it, but what I'm saying is let's see if the same probabilities will work today. Because I know some people took sells yesterday once price broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle, which was strong. Stop loss was big. So let's see what it can do here. But it did continue down straight off the bat. 13 pips. But yeah, where would the stop loss have even been for that? Non-existent. So 1 hour. 1 hour still yet to close below. 30-minute net candle has now closed below support. Oh, it's coming back down. It's be interesting to see if it can continue down. Maybe to like 138, 550. Who knows? See if we've got any news or anything here today. No news so far. I think once this Brexit nonsense is sorted out as well, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be so much better. Because Brexit is just, yeah. Look at the weekly time frame now. The 15-minute. Yeah. Not a lot to do right now. You know, it's a bit, price action's a bit messy, and yeah, not really liking anything. Euro JPY, FTSE. Ooh, looks like the FTSE is continuing bullish. Gold. Gold. Ooh. Fake out here on gold. Will gold now continue up to retest this high? We'll see. Man, look at GJ. Ooh, look at GJ now on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, gold should. Yeah, looks like GCAD even done a fake out on the 15-minute time frame too. Wow, look at this now. Man, GJ is on crack today. I think we need to seriously wait for something, you know, a bit more of substance. Ooh, look at EJ. EJ trying to break up. 4 hour. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. If the 1 hour candle closes bullish, I think once we break this high, we can continue on. Because if we look at it from a 1 hour perspective, we have a minor resistance right over here. Now this seems to be, you know, like a really deep liquidity grab, and then if we break this high, we have clean candles on the 1 hour time frame. So let's just measure this range. So it's like a 13, 14 pip range. So we'll see. I think that's going to be a good range there. Yeah, 13 pips. For EJ, like 13 pips is good. Like you'd be lucky. So anyway, come on guys, if you haven't subscribed, let's subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're literally 35. Here we go. Got another subscriber. Didn't come up, but still appreciate you. 35 to go. Yeah, come on guys, 35 to go. We can do it. And then we're doing a Magic Keys giveaway. So someone's gonna win a Magic Keys giveaway for free. A Magic Keys for free, sorry. Yeah. Then we're going to do a little bit of waiting here. So just going to see how the... Yeah, we'll have to see how the 15-minute candle closes here. Yeah, I think. I mean, personally looking at it, like I think a better range is gonna be below 138,650 because then I know we have this wick over here, but with momentum and volume, we should continue down. This is a 30 pip range to 138,400, so I think that's gonna be somewhat of a good idea. This probably range here is gonna be a lot better to trade. So yeah, come on, guys. Yeah. So if we go to channel over here. Oh, we got one more since speaking. So thank you to that person. Change it. So yeah, come on guys, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube. It's right over here. HFX, we got 34 followers to go. 34 subscribers, sorry. We've got 34 subscribers to go, right? So if you want to win yourself a free magic keys that's going to be posted right to your doorstep, then make sure you are subscribed. Views are starting to get better as well on some of the live streams, so it's nice to see people, you know, rewatching the streams. Because trust me, even if it's you got to think about it like this, right? Because I know there's some. Oh, one sec. I've got a sneeze. Oh no, it's gone. Right. Oh, we got a subscriber there. Thank you, Jeffrey. Much appreciated, my friend. Very good. So yeah, so people need to think right logically about things. So I know what some people are like. You know, if I take 2 losses on a live stream, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, he's a shit trader. He took 2 losses. Da 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 da. Right? Cool, whatever. Like, I don't really care. Yeah. At the end of the day, the smart person will think, hey, hang on a minute. I'm a trader, right? And the art of trading is to reduce losses, take minimal losses, and keep your win rate high, right? That's how we become profitable. So if me as a trader, if I can go back and I can look at someone's, let's say HFX's live stream, if I can go and look at HFX's live stream and I can see what mistake did he make, okay? Or I can look at that live stream and say, okay, how would I have done that differently? Where would I have entered that trade? How would I have managed that risk? How would I have maybe missed that trade? Did I miss something? Was it a probabilities factor? Does that trade work out? And it just didn't work out the one time I watched the stream, right? So rewatching the streams is going to provide you with more value than you even realize. You know, if you think about from a live stream perspective, what we do, right? What we do, we go on the charts and oh GJ. Unbelievable. Right, okay, so see, this is exactly why the sales didn't play out to start with, because look what price is doing right now. It makes no sense. Oh man, GJ. Anyway, yeah, like wow, this is just incredible. Look at this now. Yeah, man. I think yeah, I think GJ. Everyone, we need to be super cautious here. This is like, yeah, this is really, 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 really volatile. This is volatile. Yeah, I would just. Oh, man, this is incredible. So this is a no-go zone. Welcome to the no-go zone. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying, in terms of the live streams, like you really don't understand how much value there really is. Whether it's a winning day or a losing day, there's always something to be learned, right? And if you really think about it, you could go back and you can look at all of these streams. And you can look at every single day on these streams, and you can look at, okay, did he take a win? Did he take a loss? Did he take a win? No trade. Okay, why was there no trade? Why did he take a loss? Why did he take a win? Right? Why did he take 2 losses? And then even, okay, let's not focus on the trade. Let's focus on what happened. What did GJ do? Right? Let's focus on gold. You know, why did he say gold would continue down to 1860? Why did he say that when the 4-hour candle closes bullish, price should continue down. You want to ask yourself these questions: why, and if you're going back to the stream, right, and then you're looking at the whys and you're trying to work out the whys, that's going to provide you with untold value. So yeah, if you really think about it, like, the lessons that can be learned without losing your own money is incredible. Like, it's not about having to blow 3 accounts to then say, oh, okay, I've blown 3 accounts, right? So that means, now I've learned something. You don't need to blow an account to learn something. You can learn something from someone else, right? So yeah. Anyway, GJ is a stay away from until we're below 138.650, or probably see some support above 139.050, because yeah, this is just absolute garbage. I don't know if I spell it right, but garbage. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna shut up talking for a minute, and yeah, we're just gonna sit and watch. Okay, so this candle's got 11 minutes to close. I'm gonna go and grab a drink quickly. So we wait for the 30-minute candle to close. I'm gonna go make a drink, and then I'll be back in around 10 minutes. But I think no one should be jumping into trades at this point. This is, I have not seen GGA like this for a while, and when I take a first loss and I see this, I'm like, immediately now, after all the losses, I'm immediately like, okay, we need to take a step back now, let price make a direction, and then just relax. Okay? All right, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that, guys. So it looks like GJ is done nothing, but let's look at the 1 hour time frame. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour candle is closed below this, like minor consolidation, but at the same time, we have a support literally right over here, which is probably why the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, see, if you look at the 30-minute candle also closed. So I think personally, this is a zone here now. We're in a range. We're just ranging, and so we have an area here. So we seem to be tapping into this support and kind of rejecting it. So we need to wait for something out of this zone. But this range here is 15 pips. It's like a okay range. So the better range is going to be below 138,670 to continue down. Something I'm going to wait for here today. Look at gold. Ooh, looks like gold did create a resistance. Yeah, it did. It created a minor resistance here on the 15-minute time frame. So I think right now gold should continue moving bearish. Yeah, gold looks super good to continue down. Yes. So this actually, to be fair, based on the 30-minute time frame, I think I would have been in sells right over here to continue down. This candle here was the perfect selling candle because we had a 30-minute candle close bearish, so we didn't even have a 15-minute. Had a strong. So as this candle was coming up, we could have taken sell positions, keeping the stop below the previous candle, and then expecting gold to continue bearish. But yeah, I think gold's going to continue down. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. GCAD. Oh, looks like GCAD closed below support here on the 30-minute time frame. So I think this current 30-minute candle should continue moving bearish, especially now that it's broken the low of the previous 30-minute candle. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so the 15-minute time frame created that resistance, over here, and then as the candle broke the low, it should continue down. But yeah. So I think GCAD's going to continue. Yeah, I'm waiting a small retest to enter GC. Yeah, I think GCAD. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, see, the 1 hour candle is broken below. So typically GCAD will maybe pull back a bit, retrace a bit. But it does seem like it's doing like a break and retest on the 1 hour. Let's look on the 4 hour. See, now that it's broken the low of the previous 4 hour, we do have these wicks to fill. 4 hour candle's coming to a close in 48 minutes. Yeah, I think GCAD's going to continue moving bearish. So, I mean, I think typically what we're going to see happen, because the 30 minutes still got, 17 minutes. So, I've seen this before, and I took this exact same sell on GJ like 3 weeks ago. And what's going to happen, or could happen, is because we have this minor support here, this 15-minute candle is going to close above this support, right? It's going to close above. So this is where people are like, oh, okay, well, it's closing above this support. I don't think the sells are valid anymore. But then what's going to happen is the next 15-minute is going to break the low right over here, and it's going to continue moving bearish. Something that we've seen happen before, and then that will cause the overall 30-minute to continue moving down. We have clean traffic to the left. This is obviously an area where we can reject, but now we have candles closing below and creating like a minor resistance. We should continue moving down. So this is a trade that I see happen on GCAD a lot, and this is a trade that plays out nine times out of 10 with GCAD. I've seen this happen I've seen this happen with GJ a lot too. So, yeah, come back to that, see how that plays out. Yeah, look at that. Garbage. GJ is garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. You trade EuroCAD. I'm waiting for a nice break. It will be a nice trade too, I hope. No, I don't trade EuroCAD, I'm afraid. No. Never really looked at it. What? Are they joking? Oh. Man, I don't even know who's listening to me right now, but imagine I just got an email from the company that I use to create my website to say that I'm selling items that are apparently restricted and they've stopped my payouts. Like, what the hell?
That's weird. What could that be then? Like maybe the membership service?
Well, no, because how can it be? Because I don't. Oh, mate, I have no idea. I might have to email them or something. Because what am I selling? I've got
You've just got like normal,
merchandise
yeah.
and mate, because I just read the whole thing, right? All the restrictions. It was illegal drugs, prostitution. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! I am not advertising
Too
any.
far.
Look, what merchandise? Okay, a couple of T-shirts. Sorry, they're illegal. What else have we got here? A subscription based, like, it allows you to do that. What?
Yeah.
I'm a bit shocked right now. I'm a bit like, what the hell?
So what have they done? They've stopped any payments now coming to you.
Yeah, it says hello, your website payments account was closed. So it says, unfortunately, your payment account was closed for HFX tradinggroup.com because you're selling items on the restricted and prohibited products and services list. In particular, security brokers. What? I ain't no security, bro. What? Oh, man. What a day. What a week. Hold on. That is strange, that. I'd see things I can't be bothered to, like, phone them up and...
Yeah, that's long. But then, like, emailing's going to take, like, days of getting back to each other.
Don't, man. Because the thing is, as well, is obviously... I got, like, payments coming through, from the website.
Oh, yeah, the monthly. Yeah, the monthly one.
So... Bastards.
It's not been the best week so far, is it?
No, it really hasn't. In fact, December has gone so wrong to start.
The write-off.
Yeah, man. I might have to just write off December. Oh, man. That is so ag. That is... Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to have to sort that out in a bit. Man, how annoying is that? How can they do me like that? Look. If I just read you some of the prohibited stuff, right? Just so you can get an idea of what actually, any normal person would have presumed. So okay, let's go. Ready? So prohibited products and services, activities involving weapons, ammunition, military arms, explosive devices, adult entertainment. So this is like fetish products, companion escort services. Okay. Animal wildlife products, no. Auctions, no, I don't do that. Bankruptcy lawyers, no. Betting and gambling, no. Counterfeit goods, no. Credit repair, no. Debt consolidation, no. Drugs, definitely not. Massage parlors, no. Fake references, government documents, no. Fantasy sports league, no. Financial services. So this is what you would thought they would pull me for, but there's nothing on here because I read it, because it went to the financial services straight away, because I was like, okay, well, obviously I don't, apart from a t-shirt, don't offer anything physical. So it's not prepaid cash, it's not redeem of money, check caches, virtual current. No, it's none of this. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, there's nothing, is there, that
No.
you're doing that's on there?
Live animals, no. Private medical care, no. Private medical care.
I'm sure you could just, talk to them and like just come to some middle ground.
Oh, mate, there's no middle ground about it. What the hell have I done illegal? Do you know? They're accusing me of being a criminal here. Let's not.
Maybe they might see this whole like Forex thing as being like a gamble. Maybe I don't know.
Because it's not like it's a service. This is an educational service. It clearly says educational.
Yeah, it's not signals or anything like that.
I can sell any education service I want. I can say I'll teach someone how to ride a bike. I can still charge for that. It's a service. You're providing a service. So, yeah, it's so annoying because I know that I'm not going to get an email back for probably like a week. And it's going to just mess things up now. And, aggro. That is aggro. But yeah, man. See, November finished off so well. It finished off so well, and then December has not been a good month so far, man. Like, I'm thinking of probably by like, I don't know, maybe the 3rd week of December, probably calling it a month there, like see what I can do till then, and then come back new, fresh.
Yeah, my last week will probably be next week.
Yeah.
A few weeks break.
I'm probably gonna stream still watch, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna be taking any trades from that point. Just purely just observing, Especially as like now I've had like 5 losses in a row, so I definitely want to not like make it back, but yeah, just gonna focus on like getting that win rate back, and then by the end of December, I'll just call it there for the year. Then we will assess how the year has gone, and then we plan for next year. No girls, no, not selling any girls, I'm afraid. Just email them, explain to them your activity. Yeah, I'm gonna have to email them. It's not that, just I'm due a payout. That's why I'm like, no, nah, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I mean, obviously I don't sell any of that stuff, so I'll be having stern words. Yeah, no weapons. Can we consider GJ as fetishist product these days? Oh, I'm not really sure what you mean by that word there. Not heard that phrase before, but I think we should consider GJ right now like what you find in your dustbin. Garbage. Pure garbage. Yeah. So is December meant to be really hard to trade? Yeah, last December there was a lot of volume, but it was very difficult. It was actually very volatile. And yeah, I think December is harder, definitely. Yeah. I'd say that we're in a different times now, because obviously this year's been a strange year, right? This year's been a very strange year. And I think this month's a bit of a strange December. You're not gonna expect to conclude a year with still a complete trade deal with the EU still on the brink. So to be honest with you, to be completely honest, I think the minute the markets know where Brexit's going, right, then GJ is going to have a little bit more stability, in the sense that it's probably going to trend a little bit better again, because with COVID uncertainty and with Brexit uncertainty, there's this constant choppiness, right? I mean, if we look at it from a monthly perspective, okay, Actually, let's do this. If we look at it from a monthly perspective, okay, price has been doing this since 2016. Now, what happened in 2016? Brexit, right? Brexit vote came out, right? And before that, we can see, look, pound was trending, pound was trending, pound was trending, right? Brexit happens, and then boom, we get this. We get this choppy range channel with Brexit, right? So if you're thinking about it from a logical standpoint, I'd say Brexit deal, we break market structure to head up. No deal, probably break structure to fill these wicks, these low points down over here when we had the vote, right? So once we get a Brexit deal, I think, we're going to start hitting these high points again. And then once structure forms, new year, it should correct some of this move, and then we can continue moving up, right? So yeah, I think once Brexit's sorted out, we're all gonna be better off, obviously. And then at the same time, it also depends, because the Brexit deal, right, could be Boris might not do a very good deal, so who knows. Tough month for all of us. Yeah, I think December's been tough, especially for the London session, actually. Like, New York hasn't been so bad, but London has definitely been tough. November, I think, was a good month. Did quite well in November. Had like 1 week maybe where, got caught out when price was just ranging, but, I've learned my lessons. It's just it's, you got to think, like, you got to love trading, because it's just a constant test of skill, like, you can never become complacent in trading, like, every time I get relaxed and I feel like, yeah, it's going really well, there's always one scenario that I haven't seen before, something that's happened, and it requires a little bit more like confidence, and it requires a little bit more like I don't know what's the word, like, you just gotta, like, it's almost like learning on the job, there's gonna be situations where you haven't seen things happen, and you might take an entry, you might not, but at the same time, the most important thing is what can you take from that. And I think the amount of lessons that I've learned just in the last 6 months from trading, like, whether they're losses, waiting, what to wait for, I've learned so much. So I think despite the P&L got better, now it's starting to, I'm starting to see, like, where it's getting harder, currently in a loss this week, currently in a five trade losing streak, right? It's very hard on the psychology, but I'm a mentor at the end of the day, right? And these things happen. So yeah, exactly that. Just have to learn from it. And if you haven't learned from it, then that's it. So if we look at GJ now quickly, just for, I know that there's no volume because we're ranging, but just looking at the candles, if we do break this low, I think there's a chance it can break out, but I'm not touching GJ until we're at least below 138.650. That's where I want to take sells to this next range here. Okay, let me check this chart out over here. Check this chart out. Okay, so that's Euro NZD 30-minute time frame. Perfect. So this is like a daily support, lower low, lower high. So is Will, were you there? Sorry, I was just gonna ask if you was there, mate. Was this the entry right over here? Just so I know. Will? Oh, you're not talking on the... Can you talk on the mic?
He just said his entry was there. He's just in the chat.
Oh, he's in the chat.
Speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay. So the entry was taking that right. How do I zoom in a bit? I want to zoom in.
Double click it.
What? Right, left click.
Left, yeah. I thought
Yeah,
that was.
not doing anything.
Oh,
Why is it? Hold on.
you can just zoom in at
Oh, there we go.
top right corner.
Zoom.
Top right, it should have zoom. You can just press.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Are you gonna let me? Right. How do we scroll over? Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So price in a downtrend. We had like an area here. Yeah, I think this was good because I think this was good, and I'll tell you why. Because this was like an impulse entry without you even realizing it. So yes, you have this zone over here which you've marked out, which is perfect. But obviously, if you're focusing on the most recent price action, we had an area right over here, which is where the sell was taken, right? Because we had a support over here. We had a support over here, and then we had a resistance here, right? So when we had a resistance, price broke out, did a retest, pushed up. We came back to this area, and we formed support. We formed support in this area, so there was a higher probability for price to go up, but it couldn't. This candle came down, and it broke that support. So when price was pushing bullish again, and we were breaking above these highs over here, and it moved up, it closed above this zone, right? The 30-minute candle closed above this zone, right? So I think it was a little bit risky in the sense that it was closing above this area, and there was a chance that if the next candle closed bullish, right, if the next 30-minute candle closed bullish, that price could have continued moving up, right? But it didn't. It broke the low of the previous 30-minute candle and then corrected some of this move. So actually, it was a very hard sell to catch if I was looking at it from a technical perspective where the candles were closing. But it makes sense from like an impulse entry standpoint because, price closed like a strong bearish candle. It obviously tapped into this area and failed to, break higher. So for price to continue moving up, we would have needed a support. But because it broke the low and we had clean candle to the left, price continued down. So yeah, I think that was a good sell. But I think you should say to yourself that was a little bit more risky than a normal trade, okay? And I think that you should recognize that was an impulse entry because candle was closing above previous support. Plus, if you think about it from a session perspective, price made a high. Price made a high, and this was a lower high right over here. So yes, you're right. The structure is bearish, but this is like a higher time frame structure. If you focus in on the lower time frame structure, let's say like from an intraday perspective, price was making higher highs, right? We can see price is making higher highs. So this is 1,
Thank
2,
you, mate. If you don't like it,
3.
she can go and find.
What's that?
Nah, sorry, I was just messing with someone else.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry, I thought you were talking to me then. Yeah, so we can see higher highs, higher lows, right? There's another low, 2, 3, 4. So the structure was bullish. Okay, so if you understand that the structure was bullish, you're then going to understand why this was an impulse entry because you were almost selling at the high. That's what you were doing. So for price to continue moving up at that point, this area would have needed to have been respected as like a support, and then it would have broke this high, and then we would have had like a number 5 somewhere up over here. But it couldn't do that. But then if you think about it, so price is moving in an uptrend, right, like this, and then you also have the contradiction because we have the downtrend. So this is where you want to see the confluence. Is the higher time frame trend going to be respected, or is the lower time frame trend going to be respected? So I probably would have looked for sells, also maybe somewhere in this area, because this is a break of the intraday structure, respecting higher time frame trend. So I think that you could see more downside, to be completely honest. Maybe, yeah. So obviously I have to take a look at it from what chart is it? What do we say? It was Euro NZD. While GJ is ranging, we've got really nothing to do, so I'll check it out. Check it out here quickly, and then I just got to go to the toilet in a minute. Let me just clear this. Yeah, no worries. We're just gonna. We haven't really got. There's nothing really to do, so let's. We might as well help out a member here. So let me just get up another chart. let's look at Euro NZD. Never traded it, but let's look at it. So your sell, yeah, perfect. So if we look at it now, it's going to make more sense. So this was the area that I was talking about. And you see, in fact, this sell was super risky, just to be completely honest, because this candle, it had no wick to the bottom. So let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame to see what happened here. So if we look on the 15-minute time frame, we're going to see how we had this consolidation over here. Then candles broke up, right? Candle broke up. So this is a strong level. So we came back to this area again, created support here, right? Was ranging for a bit. And then this candle on the 15-minute time frame came down and it broke support. So this would have been a really nice sell there for price to continue down. But obviously we're not going to focus on that for a minute. We're going to focus on these areas. So here we had consolidation, but this was resistance. Here we had support, right? But a little bit of consolidation again. And then when price came back above this area, we had a candle that closed above this zone, right? And actually, I would have said that you could have also caught buys based off the 15-minute time frame right over here, because we had price create a high right over here, right? Price created a high, it retraced, generated some liquidity, and then I think you could have taken either like an impulse entry, you know, when this candle broke the high of the previous 15-minute to continue bullish, or once this 15-minute candle closed above this range, you know, as the next candle was coming down, could have taken some buy entries to expect price to continue up to this next zone, right? But anyway, but for sells, so once the candle closed above this range, if we can tell like a little bit of a story here. So the candle closed above. Now remember, like you say, this was sorry, like I was saying, because we're in an intraday uptrend, this was the high that was created. So price made a high right over here. So for price to continue further bullish, it would have needed to create a support right here. So you could, yeah, so I think the sells were an impulsive sell because the 15-minute candle broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle. It closed at this area, which made it very hard and super risky to sell, but it did work out. You knew how much you're risking. I think if price created support right in the future, I would have reduced the risk. But once this first 15-minute candle closed below, I think you could have then at that point bring stops above that candle, and then your risk is like this, you know, really minimal, and then expect price to continue down. So yeah, I think that was good. I also think what's happening now is creating structure for Euro NZD to continue further down. So if we just focus on the most recent price action now, I think what it's doing now, because we're at some like support here, we're at like a support over here, we're at like a zone right here on the 30-minute, right? But we're now coming into the point where we can read that price failed to break above previous high point. So I think it's going to retrace a bit. We have like a resistance here too. So I think as long as it stays below this area here, it can continue moving bearish. Let's look on the 30-minute. So yeah, if you look on from a 30-minute perspective, let's bring this up because we have support right here. Candles are currently closing at support, so maybe you want to wait for like a close below this area, some resistance, because then as you look left, you're going to see that you have clean candles coming down to this next area. So this is going to be, I think if there was a sell on Euro NZD and I was going to take it, it would be within this zone, right? Because we have clean candles to the left, right? We have these clean candles to the left, and also, because there's these rejection wicks, right? Once you get a candle closing below this area, there's a higher probability that we're going to continue down and break these wicks. Because when candles are wicking into a zone and they're failing to close, the minute a candle closes below this area, it did something these other candles couldn't do. So yeah, I think Euro NZD should continue moving bearish, to be completely honest. But yeah, I hope that helps, mate. So a solid close below that level with a wick would have made it more justified. Are you talking about for the where your actual entry was, or this zone that we just discussed here? Because if it was, oh, the trader got in. So I think would it close below that level with a wick made it more? Yeah, so I think for it to be more justified, if I just quickly draw an example because it's going to make more sense. Okay, so here was your bearish candle, right? And it closed with no wick. And then let's just say we had support. Like, so this is just, imagine this is like support. So candle closed at this area. So like, obviously your NZD may move slightly different, but what I would like to have seen is for probably the first 15-minute candle of the next 30-minute to close below this area, because then I'm like, okay, the first 15-minute candle of the 30-minute close below. Now, had you have done that, yes, you would have potentially missed the move because, you know, it closed somewhere down over here. But like in principle, that's where I would have looked for sells, because right over here, I think it's like, all right, let me put it to you like this. Out of 10 times, if you were to take that sell, I think you're going to lose at least half, because when a candle comes back to a zone, but it's closing above, right? If it creates a support here, it's going to be very, very tough for price to continue down. If the next candle closes back below this zone, that means this move up was a fake out. So I think maybe, you know, you can see how it plays out next time. But I think like the first 15-minute candle of the next 30-minute closing below should be a strong confirmation that the overall 30-minute will continue moving down. So even looking at the 15-minute time frame now, it seems like it's creating like a minor resistance for price to continue down. So yeah, because this 30-minute candle is still open, I have to see. But if this 15-minute candle, you know, closes, yeah, it's only got like 50 seconds here, but we'll see. We'll come back to Euro NZD anyway. But yeah, I hope that helps, mate. So yeah, I mean, we haven't really got much to do. GJ's just dicking around, and yeah, perfect. Think maybe like pre-New York, probably gonna be maybe a push there for price to break out, but we'll have to see. Pre-New York, there was not really a lot of volume yesterday. But I was gonna say, Will, from a structure perspective, like on the higher time frames and stuff, I think you got it spot on, because, you know, looking at the market structure, like, it's gonna tell you a lot. You know, it's gonna tell you a lot. Despite obviously smaller time frames, candle closing below key levels and stuff, you know, these are just like small scalps, like 20 pip moves, 10 pip moves. But when you have structure on the higher time frame and price is respecting that structure, you know, most of the time it's going to go with the structure, right? So you just then have to see, okay, where's the best place for me to enter based on the structure. There's news in a few minutes. Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. It's only yellow folder, and it's not like a massive economic event. Okay, we've got 12 minutes left for the 30-minute counter close. So I'm gonna go run to the toilet quick. I'll be back for when the candle closes. But yeah, have we had any more subscribers here? Anyone else subscribe to the YouTube? Let's see. Nope, no more subscribers. So come on guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm doing a magic keys giveaway. Please share if you're willing to. Let's try and get me to 1K. Gonna benefit you guys. Someone's gonna win a free magic keys. And I'm gonna start getting paid £1 a day to do these live streams. So helps pay the electricity bill. Bills gotta be paid. I was literally just about to start singing that song. You know, I got bills to pay or whatever, but then I realized, oh, I won't get monetized if I do that. Someone in the YouTube told me that even humming a song you can get monetized. Waiting for entry. Yeah, I think you're going to be waiting a little while here. Because this is just garbage. Oh, how did gold play out? Oh, gold. No, did not. Struggled to continue down there. But either way, from like a 15-minute, 30-minute perspective, like if you got in on the 30-minute close, you still got like 15, 25 pips. So it's not bad. Oh, Euro JPY did continue moving bullish to our target area over there. Okay. Right, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Oh my days. GJ, GJ, GJ. Well, I think it's going to be a no trade on the stream here today. I also think that, yeah, I think it's going to be like the only thing that's probably going to happen is this candle's going to break this high and then continue up, but there's not enough range. Like, it's no good. 4 hour. The only thing is the 4 hour candle closed bearish. So, but we don't know how high we're going to push up to. Let's look at the 1 hour. See, the 1 hour candle closed like a weak 1 hour candle, and we're still closing above 138, 800. So it makes no difference. You know, this is still a support. So yeah, it's just garbage. Nothing we can do. Right, have we had any more subscriptions since I've been back? Let's have a look. Oh, we have. We've had one more. Nice.
Do you get a few like throughout the day and overnight as well? Do you reckon?
To be honest with you, I kind of really only get subscriptions while the stream's running, and then maybe I'll get the odd one like at random times. So I just inside. I was literally just writing the email to the website provider.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was fuming. No, it's just like it's just so you know what I mean. It's such aggro. Right.
Because if they disagree with you, they'll end up having to like, I mean, shut the whole website down.
Well, no, I don't even think it's that. Like, I think it's just a point of, you know, I told them like I don't offer any financial advice. I just sell merchandise and education service. Like, you know, it's an installment option, the monthly. It's not even a subscription. Do you know what I mean? I've had to put it as a, you know, like a pricing plan for it to like go on the website, but it's not. It's an installment. Because you know what it was? It was like, you know, when I first started the group, I was like, okay, well, you know what? Till it gets like to a point where, you know, I've got a fair amount of people and, you know, those people always direct messaging me. I was willing to like help people out who was, you know, obviously sending me DMs saying, oh, you know, can you do it monthly? Can you do it monthly? So I just was like, oh, all right, fine. Like at the end, like, okay, fine. Just till I maybe, you know, get to a point where I'm happy with the group size. And then from them, it's just a single one-time payment. But yeah, like if they say it's because of that, like then obviously I'm just going to have to stop that. And the current people have got it. And the others, you know, it's not going to be available. So yeah, man. People might have missed the boat if they say that's the reason. That's the only thing I can think. Maybe do you think it's because of that? Could be because of that. Because I don't see how it could be the merchandise. It's clothes. It's not up for auction. Like, you know, you can sell clothes. Like every website on the yeah. So yeah. But anyway, GJ is ranging. So yes. I mean, I'm not going to take this trade because I don't want to take an impulse entry. But, I mean, okay, just analysis here. I think this can work out. Okay, but I've actually, like, thought to myself, because, because the impulse entries are just creating losses for me, I think it's just best to just take a step back, focus on higher probability setups from now to the end of December. And then over that time, I'm going to have to, look at that and test. Well, I'm testing some things out now, which is what I'm doing. Kelsey will say, "Oh, Kelsey, did you see the Impulse Entries webinar I did last night? Posted one last night. I did another
Nah, I
part.
haven't watched that yet. I'm gonna give that a watch today.
That actually was a really good one, because that one was based on this example. I can actually do a little breakdown now because we've got nothing to do in it. So
Yeah.
So basically, the example was so imagine we're at London Open, and let's just say, just have a couple of candles, prices ranging. Right, price is just ranging right now, right? And then what we see is we have another candle, let's just say, that breaks out, right? And then we have a couple of other smaller bullish candles, right? Let's give them a couple wicks over here, like this, right? So there's a couple bullish candles, and then what you'll find is there will be a pullback, right? There'll be a pullback, so price pulls back, drops down, and actually no. Let me delete this bit. Okay, so it pulls back, right, and then it comes to a support, right? Because this is kind of the area where, let's just say there was like a support here. Let's just say there was like one bearish candle, right? Because price created a support over here. So it comes down to support, and then, the next candle closes below this area. So now you're expecting, the moves to get corrected and to continue down. And then what happened was we had a bullish candle that came up on the 15-minute and closed back above this range, right? 15-minute candle. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, if the next candle can wick down and then break the high of the previous candle, there's a high probability we're going to retest this high that was created, right? Now, I measured the range, and it was like a 20 pip, 18 pip range. I was like, okay, perfect. That's what I'm going to do. Keep stops below the current candle, maybe, or below the previous candle, or below the current candle, right? So that was the idea. And entries were taken right over here. This was an impulse entry, and the next candle continued up to retest the high, and it was a full 20 pip move, right? So perfectly played out on the 15-minute. That was a really, really great example of an impulse entry that I've seen happen before many a times that works out. So there are impulse entries that I've seen work out, but I think it's because there's been so many this last week or so that I haven't seen before. Like they're almost like, or ones that have been too difficult to really, like, say it's not going to work out, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I think that was despite my bad drawing, I think that was a fair example.
Yeah, it made sense. I'll definitely give that a watch, but I have seen that kind of thing happen before.
Yeah, so just thinking 15-minute candle closed like a strong bullish candle on GJ there. So it's just still ranging. So yeah. But yeah, you have to give it a watch. It's I think it's pretty good. Do you think you don't mind the fact that the webinars are like broken down into like small parts? It just makes it so much
That's
easier.
good. Like, I think it doesn't really make a difference to me.
Yeah, okay. What looks like GJ's breaking up. No, just for me, I was just thinking because when my computer is so new that the memory, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the what do you call it, the RAM or the data. It uses up more data to like download and record, basically. Like it
Yeah.
costs more megabytes. So I most of the time I have to compress it, and then I have to do it where you can only see it via the internet. But I like to actually just post it into the thing. So if it's less than 100 megabytes, that was it, 100 megabytes, then you can do that.
I think it's quite weird how on Discord, like, you can't have like a big file to be uploaded. Like,
Yeah, I had to pay to get
yeah,
like extra. It's actually less than that. You get less than that when you first start. But you have to pay for like a monthly thing to be able to upgrade it. So but yeah, I think it's good as well, because then we're actually identifying like one good move. It's almost like a whole day's live session just broken down into a short 18-minute like simulation, if that makes sense. You know, because think we sit here for what, 3.5 hours, like it's coming on 20 past 10. Like we've sat here since my cells were taken at 7 a.m. So I've sat here since 7 a.m. So we've been here what, 3 hours now, and it's just gone dun 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 dun. Just yeah, rubbish. I mean, if the daily candle flips bullish, then I think we're heading back up to like 139, 450. So on a 4 hour. Yeah, maybe, because we never really retested that area, did we? But yeah, basically once we're above 139, 200, we're gonna continue up. May even correct this down move. Wow, that would be mad. If the weekly. The only thing is, for that to happen, there needs to be like Brexit. There needs to be a Brexit deal. I mean, these lot have just treated it like a one big game. Like you can't leave negotiations to like the final. Like, you know what I mean? This is that's a lot of people's lives that will be affected by these decisions there.
yeah, it should be a priority to like come to agreements and stuff like that. And it's
been
like
4 years. What did these guys do? Do you know what I mean? Just I don't know. Anyway, we can't really do anything until we see like much better structure. I feel like later on in the day, like maybe like MY, there's gonna be a nice push. Like once prices maybe forming support back above 139, we can continue bullish. Because it kind of, we had a bullish MY yesterday too. It happened around 1 o'clock. So it just kind of ranged, you know, very volatile in our session. And then New York, price broke up, you know, came back down, formed support, broke the high over here, and then continued on. Like, I looked at this when I was on the charts. I was just doing a bit some work, and I looked at this and I was like, yeah, price is going to continue up. But I was like, you know, I don't think it's a good idea to take a third trade on a Monday. Not a good idea. So I knew it was going to go up at that point, and that was the move. You know, that was the move for the session, but this is what it is. I think it's ranging now because they're expecting an announcement, you know. Could think about that too. Don't you think, Kelsey?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, because think about it. Yesterday, nothing came out, right? So, I mean, there could be like, I don't know. Who knows? There could be like a, because we're generating liquidity below 138.650. We're also generating liquidity at 139.100. So if you look at it from a 1 hour, if we break this wick, we have a clean 23, and then to the 30-minute 25 pip range, and then below this area is a clean, well, I suppose, yeah, I mean 30 pips. 25 pips. I'm just thinking if this is this volatile because of they're expecting some news here. It would make sense, because what day is it today? Tuesday. I swear there was something today that they were had to be done by yesterday. The thing is, right? The thing is, the EU. It's at a point, I think, where either the EU are the ones you actually need to compromise, or the UK should just kind of leave with no deal. Because, if they're gonna be like, unfair about it, then that's it, innit? What do you lot think? I know there might be some people who like the European Union, but it's up to you.
Just holding on to something, just trying to get something out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you read it, like, they're still banging on about what they want with the fish, and it's like I was talking to you about it the other day. Like, it's crazy how they feel they can even ask that. About the fisheries. But yeah. Yeah, man. Don't know what to do. Don't know whether to stay on for a bit, call it a stream.
I'll probably head off in 10.
Yeah, probably thinking to do the same, to be honest. Just see what comes later on in the day. See what goes on. See what we get at MY. I'll be willing to see what we get more pre-New York time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good idea to try and avoid these impulse entries that I haven't like these harder impulse entries. I should just wait for things that I see happen all the time. And then until then, wait for a close. Suppose good example of not rushing the process. Sometimes we get a little bit maybe like, I'm not saying I'm getting ahead of myself. Like, I think I've taken logical trades, but sometimes you do need to see certain things play out, more and more for you to feel more confident. Like, when I see a trade that I see play out a lot, I'm more confident in it. Like, I was considering sells again in the Asian session, but didn't take it because didn't want to take a loss in the Asian, but it did play out. It's like, these are the type of trades that I want to be taking. I have seen these happen time and time again, and I saw this happen time and time again, but it just was one of those just pure probabilities. Then the only way you could have caught this sell was on the 5 minute. Yeah, this is just garbage. Yeah, I think it's gonna range for a bit here today. I think it's waiting for some announcement here. Because right now, wherever price breaks out, it makes structure. Because if we break to the downside, then, we'll be creating a lower low again. Because we made a low over here, and then we made a lower low, but then we're still in this uptrend. We made a lower high, but then we can still push off from there. in terms of the trend. So if we break down, then we're gonna head down. But if we break above, 139, then can continue on. Ooh, looks like Euro NZD couldn't come down. Yeah, looks like it couldn't come down. Euro NZD. Let's see how it moved in pre-London. See, there would have been good buys at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. maybe. But then did you have enough range? No, not really. Very small. Smaller ranges on Euro NZD, isn't it? So this range is 18 pips. Then we have another range. What's this range? Yeah, like 7-8 pips. Not really big ranges. Let's look from let's look from a 30-minute perspective. Yeah, I think over here is good. Yeah, like 10 pips. Not huge ranges. Yeah, I think right now on Euro NZD, I think what you're going to see is because you have this resistance here on the 15-minute, it's somewhat of like a stronger area. I think you'd obviously want this 30-minute candle to close above this resistance here on the 30-minute time frame. But what you're probably going to find is that the next candle is look at that. The next candle is probably going to wick down quite a bit to continue up, right? So either when the next 30-minute candle is coming down, that's when you're looking for your entries, or you're looking to see on like the 15-minute if the next candle can pull back, pull back a bit, maybe like a bearish candle, and then you take it on the next one on the break of the high to continue up. I think looking at that, Euro NZD should continue. Yeah, I suppose it's not really stopped. I think it should be good over here. 30-minute, yeah, clean trade. Let's go to the 30-minute. Let's go with it right over here. Yeah, Euro NZD should fly up. Never traded Euro NZD, but we'll watch it today. A little bit more interesting than GJ. So it's breaking up over here. So see, if this 15-minute candle closes above this area, then, as the next candle's coming down, it may create some support. It might wick down. Because then you can have stop, maybe like below the previous 15-minute candle, which is like 8 pips. And then your reward is like 16 pips, 15 pips. Right? So, but what you'd want is this 15-minute candle to close above this area. If it closes below, then what you're going to find is the next 30-minute candle is going to pull back. It's going to pull back a bit, and then it's going to continue on. If we look at the 1 hour, yeah, so in the last 30 minutes of the 1 hour, and then it can come up to fill this wick over here on the 1 hour time frame. Right, I think it just closed above. Yep, 15-minute candle closed above. So I think, you can take buys over here, keep your stop loss below the previous candle, and then it should continue moving up, fill this wick over here, and then head on over. But it's probably going to pull back a bit. It's probably going to dip a bit. So I think it's going to do some like deep liquidity. People may get like a bit worried with the drawdown. So let it make its, liquidity wick. And then, you could take it on the break of the previous high or, something like that. But I think this is going to be one of those deep liquidity wicks. Because it's going to make the bottom wick on the 30-minute. But it should continue moving bullish at this point. See what GJ is doing. Yeah, just ranging. Still ranging. Unbelievable. Yeah, so it's probably going to dip a bit, like I said, Euro NZD, and then it should continue moving up. And then as price is coming up to fill this wick over here, you can bring stops below the current candle. Right, there you go. It's broken the high of the previous 15-minute. I think it should continue moving bullish. But I think ultimately, you should have maybe taken entry somewhere over here. Up over here is fine. But either way, even if the entry's here, down over here, I think the stop originally needs to be below the previous candle. right? So your risk is like 8 pips, because what you want is you want these candles to be closing above this zone. If the first 15-minute candle closes above this area, then the 30-minute candle can also continue moving up. Yeah, that would have been a nice move. Could have been up 4 pips already. 7 pips, wick fill. Boom. See where it goes. Probably watch this for like 5 minutes, see where it goes. So yeah. So the way you could manage the trade also is, let's say this candle doesn't push up straight away, right? Let's say this candle just closes above. Then what you're doing is you're knowing that the fact that, okay, well, if the next candle, like say, breaks the low or closes below this area, then you can reduce your risk at that point. So all you want to see is candles closing above this area. And then even if it consolidates for a bit, right, because we may have some rejections here, right, even if it consolidates for a bit, you can then at that point bring your stop below the zone, and then, with more volume, it should continue up. But it looks like I think it's going to continue here. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to Euro NZD in a second then. GG. Oh, yes. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you very much. So what does that mean? Run now. Ooh, 969. Perfect. That means 31 to go. 31 to go. Yeah, give it another like 5 minutes. Oh, here we go. 20 minutes ago. UK PM Johnson says a moment may come when it's game over on Brexit. Yeah, see, I'm just thinking we're gonna see a no deal. I think if this 4-hour flips, can continue down, it's gonna be a big 4-hour candle. I personally think we're gonna go bearish. Yeah, maybe I think I see maybe we break below this zone and continue down. I think that move may come in a bit. Because, how long does this 4-hour candle go? Okay, it's just opened up half an hour ago. So maybe look at the 1 hour. So what we would want is for this 1 hour candle to close like a weak bullish candle. And then for the next 1 hour candle to close below. So we're talking like 2 hours. Then in 2 hours, the 4-hour candle should be flipping bearish. And then can continue down to 138.350. Yeah, right over here. And that's another 25 pips away. Yeah, I think it's going to require a little bit of waiting, but it's going to... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll chill for a couple more minutes and then gonna call it a day over here. I'm gonna wait for an email from this website company. Oh, Euro NZD is continuing bullish over here. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, it should continue moving up. Should continue moving bullish. So depending where your buys were, I mean, if you were down over here, like, you know, as this candle's coming up, you know, you can bring stops below the current candle. I was actually, this should be the highlight here today. Euro NZD. If Euro NZD continues up, that's going to be the highlight here today, because GJ was dog. Yeah, hopefully Euro NZD can. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Look at Euro NZD. Euro NZD kind of trends well, actually. Maybe you have to look at that. No, I'm joking. Oh no, we'll see. I only look at pairs now that like make sense to me. If it's not making sense, if my analysis doesn't play out, and you know I'm just getting lost, then I just stop. You know, that's why I had to get rid of the Dow. It just makes no sense from my technical level standpoint. It works. It works, but not like a high win rate. You know, so like it's better to just focus. You know, like try and like, you know, refine, and then you can look at other pairs later on. So there you go. Should be continuing bullish now. There you go. It's done the wick fill now, so I think now it should continue on. Yeah, the next 30 minutes should continue up. So this 15-minute candle should close, you know, like a strong 15-minute candle. Then what you may find is the next one's going to pull back. Next one's going to pull back because it's now going to generate some liquidity because we have this zone here. And then it's going to continue the rest of the push. So the big candle will be from a 30-minute perspective. Right? So, perfect. And there goes your NZD. Anybody take this trade? Should be up 7 pips by now. I think now if your stop was down over here, you can bring stop below this current candle. I think that's going to be just fine. Maybe like 1.72, 100. I'd bring stop below this candle. Your risk is maybe like 3-4 pips now. And I think it'd be good to just, you know, let positions run now. You know, your risk is minimal, right? So I think it's going to be perfect to continue up. Oh, yeah, we got one person in that trade. You know, obviously, determine on your risk to reward. Like if the risk was 7-8 pips, like, you know, if you're one of those who like to secure it 1-to-1, then you could have secured positions. If you're someone who likes to secure at 10, 9, 10 pips, then you're going to be holding for a bit, you know. But what you're going to do is you're going to expect this 15-minute candle to close strong. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, sneezing all over the place. Yeah. So the 15-minute candle closed strong, and then like I was saying, is the next candle probably going to dip a bit. Right, the next candle probably going to dip a bit, but all you want to make sure is that, you know, the next candle respects this low to continue moving up. You know, that's it. And then once price, you know, kind of reaches kind of this sort of area over here, you may get like a little pullback for the new 1 hour, and then continuation to complete this move with a nice strong candle. Yeah, I think the daily can maybe come up and fill this wick and then continue on. Yeah, if the 4-hour candle closes bullish, then the next 4-hour candle can also continue moving up. Ooh, it's pulling back. Pulling back. Yeah, I think still, I still think as long as this candle closes above this area, the buys make sense. But really need this candle to close above. Ooh, see, last 15 seconds flipping bearish. Damn, Euro NZD. Yeah, about 6-7 pips and then pulls back. Yeah, we'll see. Ooh, so it closed above. It closed above on the 15-minute. So, I don't know. Because, yeah, I mean, still, like, it can pull back. Yeah, I don't know. I think it should be good to continue up. Because Euro NZD seems like it can do some deep liquidity grabs. It would seem. But I think as long as, you know, if the stops collect below the previous candle, so this candle over here, then, you know, you have to be willing to accept that if it does a liquidity grab, then you're gonna lose the trade. So I mean, it's completely up to you whether, you know, you want to keep stop below this candle and see, you know, if it wicks down and then continues up, you know, if you know what you're risking. But at the same time, if it breaks this low over here, you know, there's a higher probability now that it can continue down. So we don't really want that. You know, we want the 30-minute to, because from a 15-minute perspective, it can pull back and then, you know, it can create some support and then to continue up, because this is the 30-minute resistance that it broke out of and it didn't really retest it. Yeah, I think you'll have to let that one play out. GJ, 15-minute. Yeah, so we're kind of coming into like pre-New York volume time now. So this could be the time, you know, price breaks out, but we'll have to see. Probably going to call it a day here in a sec. So yeah, anyway, let's do a little recap of everything, you know, just before we end the session here. So let's look at gold. So looking at gold, yeah, it looks like it's trying to create like some resistance over here to continue down. I think if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, and the next one with pre-New York volume can break this minor support, and then gold can continue down. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, we just need like some form of close below this kind of like structure. Like we need like a candle closing like somewhere over here, little pullback, and then drop. You know, an impulse entry would be the break of this low, right? Expecting price to continue down. But yeah, it's gold, so be prepared. Be prepared for anything on gold. But yeah, so as this 15-minute candle broke the low of this previous 15-minute candle, we'll see now if gold can continue down. Something I've seen happen before. Yeah, see, I like watching pairs that I don't really trade that often. Things that I've seen happen before play out. Then it builds confidence without having to break it. Yeah, we have to be cautious. This is obviously quite risky though, because it could wick down and then continue up. So yeah, I think the idea here is now it's broken the low. If it breaks its own high, you might want to close like some positions and then, you know, keep, you know, leave the rest if it closes bullish, and then close another 50%, etc. Ooh, yeah, nice. Yeah, I think gold should continue down now. Should have already got like 7-8 pips. Ooh, come on, gold. Yeah, it's at an area now. If it breaks these wicks, I'm gonna head down deep. Should see a nice push. Fuck it, I'll wait 10 more minutes. Yeah, this is nice. We're seeing rejections over here. Right? So, we have a zone right over here. It's our rejection zone. We had support broken over here. Price made a resistance right over here. Rejection, liquidity grab, rejection, continue down. Now we're at this area. So if price can only go up or down, you know, once we break this minor support with volume, you know, price can continue down, and then we have this other minor area we would break, and then gold would just keep on dropping at this point. But yeah, this looks good actually. I've seen this a lot on gold. Yeah, so in 9 minutes, the best thing to happen is that gold can close below this small zone. Or what it's going to do is the first 15-minute candle is, you know, maybe going to close above this zone, wick down into it. And then the next 15-minute candle, right, is going to break and rip through. Oh, no, this is the 30-minute close. So actually, maybe the 30-minute, yeah, it does need to kind of close below, and then gold can continue down at that point. Oh, how's your NZD doing? Oh, did it continue moving up? There we go. Perfect. So it's trying to create some support over here now. So I think people who is in buys, you'd want this candle to close bullish, and then the next one can continue moving up, and then the 30-minute candle will be closing bullish, and yeah, that'd be perfect. Oh yeah, gold's ripping right down now. Gold's coming down. 30-minute time frame coming down. Yeah, man. Perfect. There we go, gold's dropping now. So we've got two good highlights here today. We had viewer NZD buys, potential gold sells. So had you've got in on the break of the low, yeah, up about 7-8 pips at this point. Think if the last 5 minutes just rips down, it's gone. Gold is gonna go. But yeah, like I say, it could pull back a bit. Could pull back. Let's look on the 5 minute. Yeah, see the 5 minute candle kind of closed at this area. So we'll see. But it was kind of always evident that from the close, price would continue down. That could have been a nice sell there, keeping the stop below the current candle to continue down. As the next candle was wicking up a bit to continue down. Oh yeah, NZD, Euro NZD is trying to continue bullish. Yeah, if this candle closes strong in the next, 5 minutes, then the next one's gonna continue moving up. Gold. Oh, gold's coming down. If you got in on the break of the low, where would you put your stop? Previous candle high. Yes, that's kind of like where you're. I would say that at this point you should be looking to maybe bring stops above the current candle if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. And yeah, I don't know. I think it should respect this high if gold's going to continue down personally, but I don't know. That's definitely going to be a partial stop loss. So let's put it this way: if the candle breaks its own high, it's going to reduce the probability of price moving up. So maybe this is the point you want to close like 50%. If it breaks its own high, you can close 50% of the position, right? And then this is where your stop loss is, full stop loss. Because then, as candles are dropping down, you can start bringing your stop loss down, and you can just trail that as it comes down. And then, eventually you're going to bring your stop loss below this whole zone, and then you're going to have all of this for profit, so perfect. Or sorry, from there as profit. So yeah, coming into the last 5 minutes, it's kind of what I was worried about. It's going to pull back from this zone, but I think it's going to pave way for the next one to continue moving down. Yeah, so I think if it flips bullish and closes bullish, I would be closing positions out, because the 30 minute would still be closing bearish, so it makes sense. But the next candle, because we're at like a support, can wick up and then continue moving down. So we want this candle to close bearish. Your NZD, 15 minute, 3 minutes left. Yeah, I'm gonna be out of here by then. GJ kind of broke the high and just ranging. Yeah, so anyway, guys, let's see how many we got now to end the stream. Anyone else wants to subscribe to the YouTube? Ooh, 970. Perfect. We've got 30 to go. So come on, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's do this. Yeah. So probably going to call it a day there. Thanks to everyone for coming on. If people are looking at gold right now, yeah, I think this candle's closing pretty weak over here. I'll be looking at maybe closing like a small position, or if it breaks its own high, closing like 50%. And then, if you keep the stop above the previous candle, should be good. But kind of needs to break this structure a bit more. This was a little bit more of like a riskier trade, you know, but essentially like, yeah, it needs to kind of break structure more. If we look at Euro NZD, 15-minute candle closing bullish in the 2 minutes. So as long as this candle closes a strong bullish, you know, the next candle can continue up. And then if this candle closes bullish, you can at that point bring your stop loss below this current zone. So I would then have, say my entry is somewhere over here. This is now your risk, you know, and all of this is already your reward. So if you think about it in that sense, you may want to secure profits and then just let a position run, because, you know, you just want to, just want to do that. Okay. But anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If anybody's willing to share and help us get to 1,000 subscribers, would be much appreciated over there. So obviously it's for you guys as well. You know, it's a competition at the end of the day. This is going to cost me like 100 quid or whatever. So, you know, like I'm doing a Magic Keys giveaway to the when we get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, guys. So with GBJPY, I think obviously you need to wait for like a breakout. But I'm going to see what pre-New York brings, but not on the stream, obviously. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for coming. Kelsey, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, in a bit. See ya.
Yep. Have a good day, guys. And let's get to 1K. Perfect. See you guys later.